well, as you can see, that's something very interesting we've just seen coming pretty much this evening anyway. This is what I call the children's air ambulance, this is anyway. I never knew that was coming here this evening anyway, which obviously I've never seen that here before anyway. This is one of the basically this is what I call this one here. This is basically similar to Cornwall air ambulance, is what we mostly see like most of the time. So yeah, this is the children's air ambulance we've just seen for the first time anyway. This is the first time we've just seen the actual helicopter for the first time this year apparently. This is the children's air ambulance apparently, which obviously this has been very interesting to see coming here tonight anyway, but this is very interesting to see that coming here, which is something a bit different to see anyway. So anyway, see if I go to plane Friday, it should be on there. There we go, plane fire's got it though. There we go, plane fire seems to got it anyway. So anyway, so as you can see just from here, where as you can see he's just been a couple of places to visit just over in Southampton apparently. So as you can see he's just been visiting just over in Southampton apparently. So yeah, and then after that I went over to Southmere Hospital in Bristol. Well, basically as you can see from the first route, this is where this helicopter's based at apparently. This just came from all the way from, basically what I call that, this is coming from all the way from London Oxford Airport I believe anyway. So that just came all the way from London Oxford Airport apparently. So yeah, so basically this helicopter here, that's just came all the way from London Oxford Airport apparently. So anyways, as you can see, this is where he was to start with anyway, just over London Oxford Airport apparently, and then just passed over towards Swindon, and then since then he landed just over into Southmere Hospital in Bristol, and then passed over towards Bath, and then passed over Warminster, and then just landed just over to what I called AW169 Hospital I believe anyway. So basically that's what I call Southampton Hospital apparently. So that went over to what I called Southampton Hospital apparently. Then it came all the way from there, and then it went over to fuel up over at Duxwell Airfield apparently, and then just from here past near Exeter, and then flown over at Oakhampton, and then past Bodmin, and then since from here he then landed just over to Royal Cornwall Hospital Trelesk apparently. So that landed just over at Royal Cornwall Hospital Trelesk, and then for some reason he then decided to come over my place apparently. So as you can see, the time it took off over at Royal Cornwall Hospital Trelesk was around so basically it took off at 4:56 PM anyway. So that's where he just came from anyway. As you can see just from here where we saw it, he was literally at a low pass he was anyway. So basically as you can see it came to pass over Honeywig Wood National Trust, and then just from there he then just did a massive loop just over near Trimouth, just over by Chillaswell roundabout, and then just from here it came for a very low pass at 725 feet from there anyway. And then as you can see then passed over towards Falmouth anyway as it was dropping down, passed over towards Falmouth Docks apparently, and then passed over towards Falmouth Bay, which as you can tell I think it looks like it's probably going to possibly over to Penzance Heliport I believe anyway. I think this is where it looks like it's going to, I believe, possibly going to pass over Penzance Heliport I believe. I think it looks like it's going to land over Penzance Heliport apparently. So yeah, I will have to admit that this is the first time I've ever seen the children's air ambulance Agustawestland AW169 Leondaro for the first time that is ever flown over my place in Penryn for the first time, which normally we don't get children's air ambulance there very often, but it's a bit of a surprise to see it though. But I will have to admit it's a bit of a surprise to see the children's air ambulance this evening, well tonight obviously. And yeah, and also to all of our helicopter we just saw a couple of minutes ago, that was the Heilcopter SA.355 you've just seen earlier on apparently, which that one is it's one of the network rail helicopter apparently. So as you can see, this registration here on this one that we haven't seen before, it's GNLSE apparently, which this one has just came from Halfpenny Green Airport, Halfpenny Green Airfield, which I think this is the one that's recovering for the, yeah, so basically this helicopter as we just saw earlier on, that was the network rail. Apparently it's not the PIM dollar group. Obviously this is just recovering for the PIM dollar group for today apparently, because of the other one we did see previously, that was GPDGP, that was, which that one we have basically seen all the time, all the network rails. So yeah, so that one here we just seen, that came here to around 11,000 feet, and then since then just came here around 900 feet. Then yeah, so basically that flew over Penryn apparently. So yeah, and also because of that came here just before the Draken Europe just came apparently, which that one here we just saw is GFOAR. That was when at the time that came just before the Draken Europe just came apparently, the Draken Europe Falcon 20 apparently, which that one here we just seen as well. Anyway, that came here just after when the network rail helicopter was heading towards probably heading towards Pontsneath, I believe. So that one here, that came here around 50,000 feet from here, which this one has just came all the way from Bournemouth Airport apparently. As you can see, the registration is GFOAR and the call sign is Amber 1 apparently. So as you can see, the time it took off from Bournemouth was probably just around 3:52 p.m. apparently. As you can see, came all the way from Bournemouth, passed over towards the ocean of Somerset, south of Somerset and Dorset, and as you can see there, it just did a bit of a it's just basically it's doing the zigzag turn, and it was just over towards south of Devon, and then came into Cornwall apparently. As you can see, like now it's still pretty much the same height anyway. So yeah, and then just then the Children's Air Ambulance just came for a fly past apparently. So yeah, well, after me, this is the first time I've ever seen the Children's Air Ambulance. This is the first time that I ever filmed the Children's Air Ambulance at my local place in Penryn. So yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen the Agustawestland AW169 on the Children's Air Ambulance for the first time. But basically, Children's Air Ambulance is quite similar to what we like mostly see in Cornwall, like the Cornwall Air Ambulance, which the Cornwall Air Ambulance we did see earlier on apparently, which obviously that one took off from Josini Avenue, which it was the Cornwall Air Ambulance AW169 GCRWL helicopter, which that one we just saw earlier on apparently. So yeah, because obviously there has been an accident just over to Josini Avenue in Falmouth. Yeah, so basically that one here we just saw earlier on, that was the Cornwall Air Ambulance AW169, which that one we just seen earlier on. So basically that's basically two of the AW169s we've just seen tonight apparently, especially including the Cornwall Air Ambulance and including the Children's Air Ambulance. But this one here we see this one here we basically see most of the time more than the Children's Air Ambulance, which obviously the Children's Air Ambulance I have filmed before since last year anyway. So yeah, so this is the first time that I've ever seen this helicopter, the Children's Air Ambulance, which as you can tell from the registration is GNICU apparently. As you can see, the call sign, as you can see on here, is HLE80 apparently. So as you can see, that's the call sign for that one, which is HLE80. That is. So yeah, I will have to admit that is such an awesome flight pass we've just seen from Children's Air Ambulances. That was what I call such an awesome flight pass from Children's Air Ambulance. Even if it could have done even better than the Cornwall Air Ambulance would have done, which obviously Cornwall Air Ambulance does it sometimes when it's on like charity flyby train, but obviously because I don't see why Children's Air Ambulance do a charity flyby, especially because especially because it only does it for possibly for the Cornwall Air Ambulance apparently, because this one came from all the way from its base down at London Oxford Airport apparently. So yeah, that is one of the Children's Air Ambulance we've just seen came tonight apparently, that's very surprising, which this is why normally we don't see Children's Air Ambulance, especially over in South Cornwall and Penryn, where I am, especially because we don't get that very often here around south in Penryn, especially like Falmouth and Penryn area, because obviously we don't get children's air ambulance around this area normally, which was very surprising to see tonight. Obviously it was very surprising to see children's air ambulance tonight. I was coming a bit shocked that it was coming around my place, just around my place. I was coming a bit shocked about that, because I didn't even know that it was coming. So yeah. Okay, so yes, hopefully it will be taken off from Penzance Heliport and then probably heading back to Trelesk Hospital, and then possibly travelling all the way back to London Oxford Airport after that, I believe. So yeah. But anyway, as you can see, it looks like the Draken's about to come back for another pass, I believe. So Draken's about to come back for another pass anyway, which I will film in a second or so. So yeah. But obviously, what we just saw in the Network Rail helicopter, the G-NICU, which that registration I've never seen before, but that was the first time I ever seen that registration on the Network Rail, which that registration I've not seen on that before. And the call sign for that was on this one here. As you can see, the call sign is PDG66. That is, as you can see, that's now headed over to Newquay Airport. As you can see, that's just now headed over to Newquay Airport now, apparently. So that will be staying overnight over in Newquay Airport, and then tomorrow it'll be back on training, I believe. It'll be back on do some Network Rail training by tomorrow anyway. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, anyway, looks like Draken's coming back, so I'm going to have to go and film the other one. I'm going to have to go back and film the Draken now, apparently, because that's coming back. So yeah. Okay, so, yep. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.